The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, your certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root causes of their health issues and create a custom, natural, holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. I could certainly make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy your life. Now, do you know that intermittent fasting actually is not a fad? It actually works. And intermittent fasting will give you mental clarity, reduce inflammation, and repair cells. Why fast is an intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming and in tune boosts your metabolism. It's rich with rich nutrients and a program with exercises and recipes. Its components is a natural part of all my programs, and it can easily be done by itself. You can ask me for questions on why fast and my other health coaching programs on the complimentary consultation button of my link tree, which is Debi Changes Lives, DebiChangesLives, as in Victor, es.com/linktree, LINKTREE. And I'll fill you in. We're coming up to summer, and we need to stay hydrated. As a certified holistic health coach, I have offers for hydration because my family, we travel a lot to hot places. And I really was so happy when I found the solution, which is a little bit different. It's Echo Water. It's hydrogen water. And I noticed the effects right away. It made my skin soft. The water is so smooth to drink, and it mixes really well with my powder supplements. As well as, I love that Echo Water Go Plus. It's portable. I can make hydrogen water wherever I go. After about a month, I noticed that my supplementation was absorbing better, and I was certainly more hydrated. I decided to reach out to the founder of Echo Water to have him on my show. So today I have Dr. Paul Barreterio, a naturopathic doctor and founder of Echo Water. He has lectured across the world, co-authored books, been in documentaries. He's on radio and TV for USA, Germany, and Switzerland, educating the world on hydrogen benefits. He shines a light on how the hydrogen molecule, which is the H2 gas, benefits you. It helps reduce oxidative stress, reduces inflammation, which are leading causes of diseases. He developed Echo Water system and has a wealth of the best hydrogen studies at www.hydrogenstudies.com. He is passionate about preventing pathologies. And today we will have Dr. Paul, where we'll be discussing the benefits of hydrogen water, which is pretty amazing what it can do. I've already said it reduces oxidation, stress, and inflammation. It can also improve cognition and your gut, and it will reduce fatigue and increase energy. Plus, it enhances athletic performance. So let's welcome Dr. Paul to my show, the founder of Echo Water. Welcome on, Dr. Paul.
Thank you so much, Debbie. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you. Well, let's get going on this, okay? Hydrogen water is a little different than alkaline water. And I want to ask, how did you become aware and involved with hydrogen originally? Do you already knew about some benefits from hydrogen?
Well, it all started with my queen, my wife of 30 years. She was struggling the first 10 years of our marriage with health challenges. She had anemia, thyroid issues, gynecological issues, thyroid, all of it. And so it was really, really tough watching her every single month on her cycle being almost bedbound for a week. And so I was looking for ways to help her and helping her to feel better. And so through all of that is how Echo Water was born, was trying to find a way to help her not suffer. And now, of course, 20 years later, she is doing great.
Well, that's fantastic. You know, when you started studying hydrogen, were you aware of its benefits, or it just
Not at
became
all.
a
So
life?
funny enough, I was selling we were a manufacturer, the largest in the world of alkaline water machines back in 2005, 2006, 2007. And there were tremendous benefits for people. However, I didn't agree with anyone who was saying why the water was helping. And everyone was talking about the pH of the water. And of course, I could not accept medically that the pH of the water could have any benefit, because we know when you drink water from an alkaline water machine, the pH of the water is almost immediately buffered by the stomach acid. And so
Mhm.
it could not be the pH of the water. So I had to dig deeper. It took me about a year and a half to 2 years. And by 2008 and 2009, I knew it was hydrogen that was causing all of the benefits with the alkaline water. So I began in 2009 to develop the Echo water system that would have hydrogen dissolved in the water, but not change pH and not have all the other complications and issues that came with drinking a higher pH water.
Yeah, because you do need some acidity to be able to digest your food,
Mhm.
medication, and any type of supplementation you took, and it could be counteractive, huh?
Correct. So the stomach environment, stomach acid is a 1.5 pH. When we add some gastric juices to the bile and other things, we end up with a 3, 4, maybe even as high as a 5 pH. But that's where the stomach environment is naturally. So the entire premise of eating or drinking anything that is alkaline makes no sense. And honestly, there is no food that grows on the earth that is higher than a 7 pH. So we don't see nature making alkaline things. We only see mankind trying to make alkaline things, and they have no benefit medically with the human body. So it is the hydrogen gas, and we know that hydrogen is supposed to be produced in the body, in the large intestine. If the bacteria in our gut and the entire biome is correct and our gut is working properly, then our body will convert certain food items into hydrogen gas. And then when that hydrogen comes into our body through our colon, then we can manage oxidation, inflammation, brain function, sleep function, all kinds of things. So everything from stomach acid, which is HCl, well, the H is hydrogen. So everything in our human body is dependent upon hydrogen. So really, after helping my wife, I began studying hydrogen. And of course, that's many years ago now, 20 years ago. But the whole point is our body is mostly carbon hydrogen chains, and we need hydrogen. It is critical for life.
That's fascinating. I know that we drink water that has hydrogen in it, but you're adding an extra ion to it. Is that correct? An extra molecule?
No, so water is H2O, and it's a liquid made up of two gases. So we have H2 and O, hydrogen and oxygen. But when they combine, they form a liquid. So you don't have hydrogen gas any more in the water. There's
Oh,
actually almost zero hydrogen gas in the water. What we what we are doing is we are dissolving H2 gas into the H2O liquid, which we call water. So
okay.
what we're doing is literally putting in H2, which is neutral. It's not an ion. It
Okay.
is neutral. And that gas, when it gets into the body, we now have thousands of studies and thousands of articles on the benefits to the human body of having hydrogen gas in our system.
Yeah. So that's what the little bubbles are in the EcoGo Plus that you see are the
That's right.
hydrogen gas.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
And out the bottom of the bottle, we have a port that the any chlorine or ozone is taken out of the bottle on a port. So only H2 gas is going in. Unfortunately, there are other bottles on the market that are adding chlorine and ozone into the bottle, as well as a little bit of hydrogen, and they're calling their bottles hydrogen bottles, but they're not really. They're really producing chlorine and other things because they're not really a hydrogen product. They're just kind of marketing because it's becoming very popular.
That doesn't make sense to me because we have so much chlorine in our water to begin with. Why in
Yep.
the world are they doing that?
Well, these companies that do this are just scamming people, and they don't really understand the technology. They're just finding inexpensive bottles that are available, in China and stuff, and they don't even understand the technology. And so they're being sold those bottles as a hydrogen bottle, but they're not really a hydrogen product. And it's
Okay.
really unfortunate. So we have sent a lot of these competing bottles to third-party laboratories to be able to show they don't produce hydrogen like our bottles do, and they have other contaminants in the bottle when you're done. And so it's unfortunate.
And we have a UV filter too, don't we? A light that, that
One
helps.
of the four lights is a UVC2, yes. But there is no filter in the bottle. You have to put filtered or purified water into the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I kind of messed that up
No,
terminology.
no, you're
So thank
fine.
you for correcting me.
You're great.
Okay, so now is this safe for everybody?
It is absolutely safe for everyone, no matter their age group, the demographic, race. It doesn't matter. There are no contraindications so far. There's thousands of studies, no harmful things happening. And quite frankly, I would be shocked if there's ever a problem because your body is designed to produce hydrogen and it is so necessary to life. Hydrogen manages oxidation so that we don't end up with oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. It helps with brain, it helps with cholesterol levels, blood pressure. There's so many mitochondrial function, all these kind of things that are so important to life. That is what hydrogen does. And so it's very, very important for us to have it. So, nitric oxide, hydrogen stimulates nitric oxide production, telomeres. I mean, on and on it goes. All the things that hydrogen does are incredible for health.
Okay, regarding blood clots, if someone's prone to blood clots, does it help somebody with that condition?
It may help, but it would depend on why they're getting blood clots. And if they're getting blood clots because of oxidative stress or inflammation in the body, and because of that oxidative stress or inflammation, they have other complications, then it may be helped. I can tell you that blood pressure is one that we have seen consistently. Cholesterol reduction, we have seen consistently. But I would tell you that blood clotting, it would depend on what the cause is of that
The
clot.
cause of traveling to very far places too much.
Yes, well, that could be, you could have issues on the plane, right?
Yeah.
With venous insufficiency and other things, but it will help with diverticulitis. It will help with other things that are going on that can happen because of airplane use. Yes, but
Okay.
you know,
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know. And studies that you're talking about is going to back all this information that you're telling us now. So,
yes,
and that's at www.hydrostudies.com.
Yeah, hydrogen studies with an S.com. It is a great resource where you can type in organs, body parts, disease models, issues, all kinds of things. And it will search the database, thousands of studies, and come up with studies relating to your search query.
Well, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what can people notice and feel short-term and long-term effects when they're drinking hydrogen water?
Short term, typically the first things people experience is better sleep, more clarity in thought and memory, brain function in general,
Mm-hmm.
um, more energy. Now, if someone has already plenty of energy, you're not going to get more. But if you're lacking energy or feeling fatigued, you can have an increase of energy. So sleep, brain function, energy, and a lot of times people that have joint issues can feel pretty quickly a difference in their joint pain and other things. Long term, we have had people that have eyesight improvements where they haven't needed quite as strong of glasses, the prescription. We have seen cholesterol in a few weeks reducing, let's just say for around number 15%. We there have been other things, for example, brain Parkinson's and things of this nature that have been helped. People also can start to experience repair of their gut. The biggest thing that I love is after a couple weeks of drinking the water correctly or properly, where you're drinking it every day, people that have gluten and dairy issues or people that have gut issues or food allergies in general can see a reduction in the complications or the inflammatory response in the body from gluten and dairy and other things. Now, I'm not saying you need to eat gluten and dairy, but I'm saying we should be able to. Our bodies are designed to process any or most foods that we put in there. And so when we have food allergies or complications based on a gut that is dysfunctioning, we can change the terrain and the biome. And that's what hydrogen will do in as little as 2 weeks. It can change the biome and the terrain so that you are able to digest food and eat foods that you normally might not be able to eat. So that's a huge benefit for people.
Yes.
But if we understand that we're fixing the gut, then we're also impacting the immune function, because it is believed that 70% of immune function is tied to the health of the gut, which is really the bacteria in your gut, is the health of the gut. But imagine if we can get your gut fixed in 2 weeks or even improved in 2 weeks. That's going to be good for immune function. It'll be good for diet and assimilation of nutrients out of the food.
Exactly, because when our villi are corrupted, they're shortened, and gluten is doing that. So it's really important to stay away from gluten products.
Right.
And I recently found out that somebody I dearly know has become lactose intolerant, and I kind of went because I used to be lactose intolerant until I changed the way I ate, and then I was able to consume this stuff. I don't do it very much, but I consume dairy. I can have ice cream occasionally, but I don't do it very much. But it's all because I switched to a keto plan, and
Nice.
I was only allowed to eat 1/2 piece of bread a day. And this is way before I met Paul and Cheryl.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, forget it. I'm not going to do this. And then I went gluten-free, and it made a big difference. But also, I was shedding all that fat that probably had toxins in it.
Yeah.
And also, I can have cheese. I can have, things like that. So
Right.
it made a big difference in my life. And it's wonderful to hear that this hydrogen water would help as well.
Right. Yeah, it can literally. I've had people, and I'm not giving any guarantee because things are sometimes complicated, but most people that drink the water appropriately, and even if that's the bottle, 3 to 6 of these per day for 2 weeks, you can end up having significant benefits and repair of your gut, and to the point where some people are saying, I have no more gluten and dairy intolerance at all. Probably the most shocking is a gentleman that I knew who came to my home. It had been 10 years since he was able to put gluten into his system.
Oh,
And
wow.
so he told me, I got one of your bottles, and he says, I have a pain in my side all the time. No matter what I do, no matter what supplements I take, no matter what I take, I can never get it below a 5 pain. Like, and he goes, I got your Echo Go Plus. And he said, it dropped my pain down within the first day. And I'm like, what? And so then he ended up getting one of our machines, put it in his home. And he says, Paul, I have no pain anymore. It's been the first time in 10 years. And I said, okay. Well, he ended up coming. He was from Southern Utah. He ended up coming up and stayed, him and his wife stayed in my home. And I said, well, we are going to go get sushi. And he was like, I can't do that. That'll destroy me. And I'm like, we're going to do it because I told you, and you drank the water for 2 weeks. And I said, and then when you come to my house, we're going to watch a movie and I'm going to have you eat a red vine. And it's the worst gluten you could have because it's not organic. You know that there's a good chance of pesticides in it. And it's from wheat, clearly, red vine. So you know this is going to trip your system. And his wife was like, oh my gosh, I'm mentally getting prepared for a very uncomfortable evening when he goes to sleep. And I'm like, okay, but I don't think you're going to need it. Well, sure enough, he gets up in the morning. He goes, I had zero pain, zero complications. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. And still to this day, he's doing great. So I'm just telling you, it may help you and your loved one. So give it a try.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting that you mentioned sushi because you can't get parasites of sushi. It doesn't
Oh
do
yeah.
anything to parasites, I assume.
Well, we all have parasites in us. If we
Mhm.
keep our immune function high, it keeps them at bay. If we don't, then they can start to take on and take cover, take us on. So I would say that you definitely should do a parasite cleanse. I mean, if we think back when we were all kids, way back, right? Your mom, my mom used to give us garlic and garlic pills in the summertime when we were out playing. And so this is what people do in the world is they take garlic, they take natural things that can keep parasites. I also like the fact that I live in Utah because there's no fresh seafood here. And so
Okay.
it comes to us for the most part frozen, and that does help with parasites if it's frozen for 2 weeks prior to being here. So that's a little better, but I don't eat sushi as much as I used to, and I can tell you, you do need to be careful where you're getting your
Your
fish
sushi, yes.
from. Oh my gosh, you do need to be careful, and I
You
would
only
never.
go where local Japanese go.
Yes, I tell you right now, I would never argue with someone that they should or shouldn't eat sushi because, you know, listen, there's plenty of food types in this world that are amazing. You don't have to eat some of the foods that can be a problem for you. So I would say don't do it. But and there's also baked sushis that you can get and stuff. So just be careful. Don't go to a place that's gonna give you sushi with parasites. But some people believe and say that parasites are in all fish. So, go figure. I don't know, but I can tell you, I've been drinking water with hydrogen, and I have a very strong immune function, and I have a very good gut, and I can process food. I don't have any food allergies, and I don't have any issues. So, for the most part, I can eat anything I want without any problems.
That's fantastic. Now, you say 3 to 6 bottles of the processed hydrogen water and the EcoGo Plus.
At minimum, yes.
Maximum?
There is no maximum.
Oh, there's no maximum. Okay.
No, I mean, technically, you could drink too much water, but
Yes.
that's not people's problem.
Well, a lot of people drink half their body weight in ounces a day.
They should.
Yes. And my question here is, do you have to stay in that guideline with hydrogen water, or is it because it hydrates you better? Do you have to stay in that guideline?
I would always recommend to be properly hydrated, drink half your body weight in ounces. But keep in mind when you eat vegetables, you're getting water content. When you're eating certain types of food, so get half your body weight in ounces of water per day. That's not going to change based on hydrogen or not. What I'm saying is you don't have to make 100% of your water eco water.
Okay.
You can get purified water. Don't drink tap water the rest of the time, but get purified water, get clean water that you can drink. It doesn't have to all have hydrogen in it, but as long as you're getting a good amount of hydrogen per day, your body will be functioning very well. And then you don't have to be stressed out on what to do. Now, the great news is when you have one of these, you can take the water everywhere you go. And that's why it's called the Echo Go, because you take it on the go anywhere you want. So I drink mostly Echo water, and I have for many years, and I feel wonderful. I'm in my 50s and I feel great. I don't have any issues. So just know that you don't have to drink all your water echo water, but if you did, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Okay,
Yep.
great.
Yep.
Now I am going on a trip soon. Am I going to stop with that Echo Water Plus in my carry-on luggage?
No, as long as you don't have water in it.
I won't.
Yeah. I travel with every plane I ever go on, no matter where it is in the world. I take one of these with me at least. If my wife's with me, we take two. But I take it everywhere I go, and it's really nice because once you're on the plane, you can get the bottled water, which is not amazing and great, but it's better than, other things. But you just pour it in the bottle and push the button, and you can see all the little bubbles coming up.
Exactly.
And those are the hydrogen bubbles. So when you push it one time, you have a 5-minute timer. If you were to push a second time, you have 10 minutes. Now, for those that are educated, you know that we measure hydrogen in parts per million. So one push of the power button right here gives you 5 minutes, and that will be roughly 2.5 parts per million of hydrogen gas. And if you push it a second time to give you a 10-minute cycle, it's 4.5 parts per million. So that is plenty of hydrogen. It is a lot of hydrogen. And so you'll be feeling wonderful and doing great.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Now, I do love Echo Go Plus, I got to say, because it is portable, but you have a large range of other products. What is the most popular?
Well, the most popular is the bottle because of the price. People that are just learning about hydrogen who might be skeptical, they want to start with this because of the effective price. But once they start feeling the benefits and they're enjoying the water, then they want to get something else. And so if you graduate from an Echo Go Plus, because this is 10 ounces of water, you can drink that fast. We have a pitcher, which is 57 ounces. And then you will go into a machine. And we have machines that can go on top of your counter or below your counter, and they have filters in them to remove all the contaminants out of the water so you can have the cleanest water with hydrogen in it. I actually had a family from Australia that reached out and said, "Hey, we bought your Echo Go Plus and we love it, but there's 4 of us. There's my husband and I, and we have 2 kids. And we literally form a line in the morning in the kitchen, and we each get our 10 ounces and we push 5 minutes. So by the time we're all done, it's 20 minutes in the morning, and it's wonderful because we feel great. But hey, is there another solution?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely." So
That's wonderful. That's kind of funny.
yeah,
Sorry. Because I know I make my water right away, and I take it with me when I run. I'm a runner. And then I make water ahead of time for my other things I'm doing. So
yes,
that's fun. So I kind of feel for them. I know what that's
yes.
like. But that is
You
kind
know,
of funny.
I'm kind of spoiled. Of course, I have our machine, and I
Mhm.
just walk up and push a button, and within seconds, I've got a glass, 16 ounces of water, and I drink it and I'm done. So yeah, I'm just telling you, once you experience the benefits, you're really going to need this the rest of your life. People say, "Well, what about when you fix my gut?" well, can I just not have it anymore? And I said, no, because you're going to continue eating foods that are not organic. You're going to eat foods that have pesticides. You're going to eat foods that have heavy metals and all kinds of things in them. So really, you need to keep drinking the Echo water to fix your gut while you're eating foods that are damaging your gut. This is something you're going to have for the rest of your life. So.
And when it comes to athletes, you enhance their performance. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have a lot of amazing athletes. You know, you have the most successful tennis player in the world, Djokovic, who drinks our water for 5 years now.
Wow.
We have a lot of boxers. We have NFL teams that have our water machine. You've got Dana White with the president of the UFC that has our system, and we have the UFC at the UFC Apex has our water machine. You have some of like Jake Paul, the boxer. You've got all the top soccer players are using our water, and so you just know those that understand the science of their body, they are using our water, and it's because with athletes, it reduces fatigue and it reduces recovery times. So when they're playing a sport, they last longer, which is obviously going to help them win whatever sport they're in. And then when they are exercising to build muscle to be able to perform better, their recovery times are cut in half. So there are tremendous benefits. And there are multiple studies showing athletes, elite athletes, where they don't have what's called exercise-induced muscle decline. So they're able to perform at a peak level, and the water, the hydrogen in the water helps them with that.
Well, I'm a half marathon runner. Because of the amount of time it takes to train, I only do it once a year. But I'm definitely going to use it for that recovery time. I'm going to make sure I make a lot of water. But there's also a time frame too. It's only good for 10 hours. Is that right?
No. If you were to put it in a glass like this, you have
like this.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have up to 2 hours. If it's in a bottle with no airspace and you fill it all the way to the top and you put a lid on it, you have up to 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'll make sure I do that.
But when you have something like this, you can just make it fresh, and it's always best.
Yeah, I know. But the night before I can make it and seal it, and then I utilize it. And
right.
And that's wonderful. No, that's really wonderful to know.
Yes.
Well, there's so many benefits to hydrogen water, and we covered a lot of them. Is there anything else you want to say very quickly before we talk about your offer?
Sure. So just know that the way your body is supposed to function naturally, which is not what's happening today in our society. If you go back 100 years ago, you go back 50, people could run, people could do all kinds of things that they can't do today. They weren't feeling tired all the time. There was a lot of things that were different in our society. Hydrogen will restore your body to a more optimum function. And there is no part of your body that hydrogen doesn't affect, from brain to heart to lungs to vascular system to your mitochondria where you're producing energy, to your gut where you're processing foods and sending waste out, from helping radicals that are cell damaging not harm your cells. The thing that's so amazing and why hydrogen became so popular starting in 2008, 2009, is there was a published study from Nature Medicine showing hydrogen to be a selective antioxidant. It didn't function like other antioxidants. It was selective. In other words, it only reached and reacted with cytotoxic, or what's called cell damaging reactive oxygen species. So things like hydroxyl radicals that are the most cell damaging radical in the body, hydrogen stopped those from being produced. So hydrogen doesn't react with any radical that has a physiological role, or in other words, is beneficial for our body. It only stops the things that are bad. That's why hydrogen became so popular. And all of a sudden we have, since 2009, thousands of studies and thousands of articles talking about everything from colon cancer to Parkinson's to Alzheimer's to bipolar to sports processes to nitric oxide to peptides, all these things that hydrogen is involved with. Diabetes, for example, that's really where I got excited because I spent a lot of years helping people not lose their feet. And so when it comes to diabetes, we definitely want to get people drinking the water because a high percentage of people with diabetes can be normalized in as few as 3 to 5 days. So these are the things that get me excited, help me. And then one of the things is weight loss. A lot of people talk and want to do weight loss. There are multiple studies showing that drinking hydrogen water has the same effect on the body as a calorie restriction diet. And so whether it's body mass index or it's other weight loss from a fat perspective, fat loss, hydrogen is tremendous. So I would leave you with that. Anything that you are looking to get help with when it comes to your body, I would try with hydrogen water.
And I know from my own experience, your body knows when to stop.
Yeah.
Same way. So what is your offer for my audience today? I'm excited.
Well, thanks to you, Debbie. Your audience is going to get a great discount on any products that they come to our website. So if they follow the link that you provide them, they will get a nice discount when they get to our site on any product that they choose. And that's compliments of you, really. We don't do a ton of discounting. And so thank you for asking and blessing the lives of those that are listening to you.
Well, thank you. Well, you can find this discount at this link, which is https://bit.ly, bit.ly, hydrogen with a capital H, echo with a capital E, and water with a capital W. And the discount he's giving you is a 10% discount code, which is the name of my podcast, Debi Changes Lives. And it's DEBICHANGES. LIV is in Victor, ES, and it's all in lowercase. So, you guys, the EcoCo Plus is affordable. Give it a try. It's a great product that I am so thrilled about and excited. And that's why I reached out to Dr. Paul to be on my show. And I've heard many beneficial things for other people as well. And you can improve your health in many different ways. And hydration is one, and the hydrogen is another. And there's many different antioxidants out there. And so just, do something about your health, pay attention to what's going on with your health, and you can get healthier and be better. So, Dr. Paul, I've already recommended this Eco Water Plus to many of my clients, and I'm so grateful that I have you here on my show today. And I appreciate that you are sharing all these benefits of hydrogen water. And boy, you're chock full of knowledge. So, please stick around. So we may have some time for closing remarks. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Now, remember, I revitalize your health and mental clarity by guiding you to clean, toxic-free foods, as well as high-quality nutritional products that will help reduce your symptoms. You'll feel better and possibly release some weight. Your mood will be uplifted. With my mindset coaching, I help you, release your stress, reduce your emotions, and entanglements from the past. Your mindset will be enhanced and your body be more efficient. Reach out to my programs on my complimentary consultation button at Debi Changes Lives. That's DEBICHANGES .com/linktree, LINKTREE. And when you do that, you'll get to know me at the appointment. I get to know you, and I guide you to optimum health. On this site, I have my programs, and I have several of them all on there. My first one is, if you go to the next slide, thank you, Take Your Body Back, which is a 12-week It's a weight release and mindset coaching program that you're going to be driven by a new version of you in an avatar board to succeed. And all 12 weeks are on Zoom. And the first one is private to you, where we go over your health. I give you 2 different meal plans to choose from. I give you directions on one, and I give you directions on how to create that new version of you that will drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformation goals. The rest of the coaching, whether you're in group or private coaching, we'll be celebrating your wins. And we will also be getting you over your gaps with health or mindset tips. And you will become a new you. You can get more details about this program on my Holistic Self-Care Show by selecting the show button of the same link tree that I just said. And why that's the intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming and in turn boosts your metabolism with high-dense nutrition and nutrients and exercise and recipes. Here you would ask me questions. And if you want to get some guidance of some coaching, there's some smaller programs you can choose, a 2-week or 4-week program to get your feet wet. And of course, I offer health, mindset and health coaching, which you can use in small programs, or you can purchase some more coaching to if you need more for mindset, let's just say. All these coaching, you can add it, you can pay for it here on the site. And on my site, there's also services. And I have 2 different body Zyto scans. The first one is actually the one I prefer to do, which is a Zyto Link scan. I can do it remotely, internationally, and recently I sent a scan to South Africa. Zyto Link is a transdermal optical imaging app that I send to your phone. And you're going to scan your face for 30 seconds. It's only looking at blood flow for components of energetic, functional, and emotional, and different body systems and lifestyles. It generates a wellness report of biomarkers at a range and products and services to bring it back into range. It is an intensive report, so I do review it with you. The actual scan costs $50. If you move forward with my products or services, I give you a discount on one of them. And there's already a discount on Zyto Link where you can get 5 scans for the price of 4, saving you $50. So your body will tell you the scan exactly what you need. And it's pretty amazing. People are really like, what? They can't believe it. So get your Zyto Link now. And also, for a limited time, I am offering Debi's Coaching Chats, which is a 30-minute complimentary coaching session in an intimate group setting. It's not recorded. You'll learn how to optimize your health, release weight efficiently, ways to release stress and emotions, harmonize your hormones for body balance, and create that winning mindset that you can use to optimize your health and weight transformation. Also, you'll learn how to create that avatar board that will drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformation goals throughout your journey. It's on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And you go to Debi Changes Lives, which is DebiChangesLives, as in Victor, ES.com, /chat, CHTS. You get to meet me and know what my coaching is all about. See you there. Finally, you can learn more about alternative health and also programs, products, services I have, and that discount offer on Echo Water, promos and events by subscribing to my newsletter at DebiChangesLives.com. And this time it's /radio TV show, all in lowercase as one word. And I'll give you a 30-day health and mindset daily action journal where you can record your gratitudes, thoughts, feelings, and emotions, what you ate, what you drank, nutritional products you took, as well as the exercises you've done on a daily basis. You can even track your measurements. And you want to review it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis so that you can see your wins and celebrate them. Look at your gaps that you can work on. If you need help bridging your gap, contact me for coaching. This journal is a great health and mindset awareness tool. I have certain that you that you found this show educational and inspiring and enjoyed it. I certainly have. Reach out to me for my products, programs, services, and the discount for Echo Water. Reach out for Dr. Paul on questions at Echo Water Technologies at www.echowater.com. So I believe we have some time for Dr. Paul to come back. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just grateful to be here. Grateful for you having this amazing desire to bless the lives of other people and educate them so they can get help when they need it. And any of you that have questions, you can reach out. You can go to echowater.com, ECHO, and then water.com. And there's a chat function there. You can ask questions. And if you tell the staff that you learned about it on Debi Changes Lives show, then they'll take care of you as well on that discount. So I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to educate individuals, because if there's even one person that we've helped today with this education, that brings me tremendous happiness.
Yeah, I think covering the gut and what you can do with hydrogen gas, it was very beneficial to learn. And people don't realize, because they don't know what it feels like to be healthy. I'm sorry, they don't.
You're right.
And once you start feeling so much better, it's like it blows your mind. I mean,
Yep.
For me, it was just taking some nutritional supplements that made me feel so much better. And also I was able to do a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think you can't do something because you had a label of some genetic thing that your mother or father had. It doesn't mean you're going to have that. I don't.
Right.
And it's all of what you consume, all that the way you live your lifestyle, and what you're exposed to, right?
That's correct. You get toxins through air, water, skin, and that, a lot of people don't think about the stuff they put on their body that is absorbing and bringing toxins into the body. So we definitely have pathways into our body for all kinds of toxins. And we need to be more careful. We need to be making decisions and having discipline so that our body doesn't have to get so many toxins out. So.
And do you have solutions for the bathroom, like showers and stuff?
Well, we have a whole house filtration system that removes your toxins out of your water so that you don't absorb them through your body. I definitely strongly encourage people to filter the water they're showering and bathing in, and definitely filter the water you're drinking, because if you even knew the contaminants that were in the water, it would shock you. It's crazy what's in water today. So you definitely don't want your body to be a filter. You want to buy a filter.
True. And they can look up their local water, Google it and see how much is in their local water.
Well, yeah, there's a site they can go to, and our team can give it to them, where they can literally look at what's in their water and how many carcinogenic items. Typically it's 15 to 20 cancer causing or carcinogenic items in their tap water.
Okay. Well, thank you for being on my show. So continue to enjoy my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives, which is on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.